Jolan Trun, welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy, and welcome to another episode of our little A to Z Officers series. We are not in need of too many officers anymore, and that you can see because we are at the letter Y already. That's why today we will talk about Yanach. He's another uncommon officer, and as usual we will talk about the general stats again. He's class engineering, which means you need engineering badges to upgrade him. He's from the group Blood and Honor. That means if he's captain, he can get synergy from another of that group that comes on the bridge, or he can give a captain of that group synergy if he's on the bridge as well. And he's from the faction Klingon Empire, which means that you need Klingon faction credits to upgrade him. And he is not a very famous one. You know that there's always a text about the officers in the info box, but that's quite a short one, which usually, in the most cases, is a hint that he's not very present from a TV series or a movie. But as you already could hear, he does have a captain maneuver, and that's Klingon tactics. When the opponent ship's shield health is depleted, Yanach increases the weapon damage by 10%. Sounds a bit more... Doesn't it sound a little bit more Romulan than Klingon to... No. Just wanted to be a little bit imaginative, faction racist here, I guess. No, but when the shield is depleted, to hit them harder, it's like kicking someone lying on the ground. That's why I came to that thought. But, of course, once you get the shield down, with Yanach, you can destroy the ship even easier than usual. As I said it with the Votaln this week, 10% doesn't sound very much in an increase of weapon damage, but at the stages where you get Yanach, and he's one of the early officers you will get in normal cases, then 10% are quite a lot. So at that stage of the game, it still makes a lot of sense to use that. And his officer ability, Wolf Among the Ships, Yanach increases the damage against Romulan ships by 500% of the crew's health. Mine is maxed here, that's why it's 500%. I don't know what it says on your list if you are very early in the game. That shows one thing again, what I always call the arch enemy system. Because Klingons get the most reputation from Romulan ships. So if you're grinding... Klingon faction reputation, then you will want to hunt Romulan ships. And then, of course, he's a very good officer on a ship in that case when you're doing that, especially with a special damage against the Romulan. He's not the captain I usually would use, I have to be honest, because the bonus only comes in once the shield is depleted on the other ship. So there are other captains out there on this level we already talked about that make more sense, even from his group. So, but he's a very good officer on the bridge if you are grinding Romulan hostiles early in the game to collect some Klingon reputation. And so Yanach will fit in quite well in that scenario. And as an uncommon officer, you of course also have one trait for away team assignments, and that's engineer. And that is something I was using very early in the game. Once I got PMC, I didn't need the specialty officers of these classes anymore. And so he was one of my first engineers out there on away team assignments. And that's why you might want to keep an eye on him as well. And there are a lot of engineers in the game, and I have a lot I can send out to away team missions at the moment, so I'm not sending him very often now. But earlier, after getting PMC, as I said, that's where you can really use him well for away team assignments. And it's not that hard to get him. It's a bit harder than the Votaln we talked about this week, because in this case it starts at the premium recruit. But premium recruit tokens you usually get quite early in the game. And he's hiding somewhere here. There he is. And so you will have a chance to get a lot of polls here early in the game already. And Yanach is an uncommon officer, so it's quite likely to get some shards here in this section. He's also in a Klingon recruit section, but it's the one I'm usually not using. That's the elite Klingon recruit section, but you might see it differently than I do, and do buy those, but you need higher reputation on the Klingons to see those tokens there, and then they are quite expensive. That's the reason why I always say I'm not using them. But Yanach is in here, so if you choose to do that, you probably will get some more shards from him here as well. And in the next days, from my point of view of filming, I'm quite sure we'll very soon have a Crucible of War event again. Then, depending on your ops level, you will have 1 or 2 extra recruits here for Crucible of War, and Yanach is in there as well. So there are a few places where you can get shards for him, and for uncommon officers to unlock them in the first place, you don't need so many. That's why the probability is quite high that you will have him early in the game. And if you want to tell me about your crews you were using him with at the early stages, if you did, or you are using him now, then please leave a comment either below the video and or on Discord, where everybody is welcome to. And if you want to see another video, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.